Hello, my lovey. Welcome, welcome, welcome to Going Live with Melissa Trumble, myself, your joy visionary, and Yolanda Williams. Yolanda, welcome, my friend. I'm so glad to have you here. And I love your alphabet soup. Talk to us. What is PMHNP? And say that 3 times fast.
Okay, thank you so much. PMHNP is a psychiatric mental health nurse practitioner, which I provide psychotherapy and medication management. Currently, I'm working in the states of Arizona, DC, Delaware, Maryland, New Hampshire, New York, and Rhode Island.
I
Just
love
helping
it.
you, getting back to living your normal life.
100%. And as someone who struggles with mental health as well as managing medicines so that they help
Mhm.
me to the best of the ability without that weird numbing feeling, thank you for
Absolutely.
your work on behalf of all of us.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
So, we were talking a couple of seconds ago about
Mhm.
work-life balance and the stress and the burnout. And so, let's just get into it. Like how we manage this. I was a tax preparer for decades,
Mhm.
and that shift is very stressful. The amount of hours you work, the mental acuity you have to maintain, and so it did kind of leave me slack-jawed and not at my best for my personal life. So let's talk about ways that folks can, get to helping themselves.
Yeah, like you were saying, Melissa, work stress can be detrimental to your life in all aspects, emotionally, physically, and it actually takes, such a toll on you. And it's very important to find ways to decompress, de-stress, leave work at work. It's
Yeah.
very important.
And I found that compartmentalizing
Hmm.
was really a great tool, not to deny the experience that I was having, but to say, like, okay, this
Hmm.
is in this box, and that's work. And then when I leave, and this speaks to like Stoic philosophy, which I adore, what can I do about work when I'm not there? Like,
No, yeah,
I
nothing.
can't do anything about it. Worrying about it doesn't do a thing.
Absolutely.
So being able to step back, and I always talk about microscoping and telescoping, but like go into like being present in the moment, feel your fingers. What do you hear? Do you taste the air? Do you taste the coffee that you just had a sip of? Cheers, by the way. uh, and just really being present, and then moving out into outer space. Literally look at our planet from outer space, just like the guys did when they went to the moon, and understand, okay, then let's go down into, do you see the mountain ridges, do you see the continent, and then you move into your state, your country, your state, or your area, and
Mhm.
get specific with it, because that perspective can help us realize that work is a thing, it's a part of our lives, it's a part of our lives.
Mhm.
It's not the whole shebang. So I totally agree with you on that. And I know that your work hours are wackadoo, and that's a very official term, as you know. But you put in some very long hours. So tell me, how do you specifically manage your work stress and leaving it so that you can have your personal life as well?
Right. Now it hasn't been easy
Mhm.
transitioning from work to home and sometimes from home to work. Sometimes you can bring issues from home to work. So you have to, kind of leave things at home also. But
Fair.
working long hours with a lot of stress, a lot of mental stress, a lot of issues coming up and coming down, you have to just say, hey, I don't want to take this home. When I'm at work, I want to focus on work. And when I'm home, I want to focus on home. So what I do is do my best to complete the job as
Mhm.
efficiently as I can. And when I get home, I try to decompress. On my ride home, I'm thinking about things that I can do so that I'm not so stressed. Sometimes I meditate, which helps a lot. It helps me relax. I pray. I drink water, and I exercise sometimes, and that really helps decompress and spending time with family. Just thinking of other things. Might just watch a movie on Netflix. Anything that helps me decompress. Yeah, to keep
Yes,
my
yes.
sanity because your sanity is very important.
I love that you're bringing up the self-care aspect, because when we
Hmm.
say self-care, I think a lot of times people are just like, now I have to schedule a massage or go to the spa or something." But
Mhm.
no, you're literally caring for this vessel, yourself, your heart, your mind, your
Mhm.
body. And that
Absolutely.
includes, just like you listed, drinking water,
Mhm.
exercise, move your body. Like I like to say move your
Yeah.
body because sometimes exercise feels so daunting, but
Mhm.
like I can stand up. I can go walk to the corner, walk up and down my
Exactly.
stairs inside of a building. Like, it doesn't have to be anything difficult, but
Right.
even just like rolling your
Mhm.
shoulders while, stretching out your arms. All of these things can come together, and it's a balancing act, right?
Absolutely.
Like, you can't just say, "Okay, great. I'm done with work. I'm gonna, I don't know, maybe get on the treadmill for 2 hours." Well, if you have people in your home who rely on you, that might not be possible.
Mhm.
However, can you do it for 5 minutes? 10 minutes?
Yes. Absolutely.
I do a squat. I call it my squat challenge. And every hour, I stand up and I do at least 5 squats. Sometimes it is just the 5 because I've got to like
Mhm.
get onto a client call,
Right.
like I'm rushing and moving and I have a lot of things going on. But I get my energy going. I pay attention to my body. And that, I
Mhm.
think, that's the kind of self care. When I'm saying self care, that's what I'm talking about. It's not la di da, fa fa fa, like fake nails and whatever. Nothing,
Right.
there's nothing wrong with fake anything, says the woman with like makeup tattoos, literally makeup tattoos.
And so do I.
Eyebrows, eyeliner, lips.
Mhm.
Yes, it makes it easier. And
It
that's
does.
something that I do for myself.
Mhm. Right.
And
Yeah. It's good to make yourself feel good. I mean, yeah. There's
right, I
nothing
feel
wrong
how I
with
should.
that.
Yep.
Absolutely.
And you talked about, I want to circle back to what you said about the stress of home. I think
Mhm.
that, even I have the banner, handle stress and decompress, how to deal with work.
Mhm.
Well, how about work and home? Like, let's go back to that, because we love our families, we chose them, or we made them, or we
Mhm.
adopted them, or whatever it is. But sometimes, dang, stuff that's happening in your home can be more stressful than work. So let's talk about that.
Absolutely. Like you said, things in the home can be very stressful and cause issues. Even so, you always have to find time to reflect so that you're not always deflecting. Sometimes you need time to yourself if it's just taking a warm bath alone, just to get away from everything that's going on. I said, hey, I just need time to myself now. I'll be back in a few minutes so we can handle whatever's going on, because you really need that time. I can't stress that enough. You really need that time to get to yourself, to become
Hmm.
back one with yourself. You can't be helpful to others if you can't help yourself. And so that is very, very important, especially with dealing with children, a husband, any type of relationships, even family issues outside of your home. You have to
Right.
learn how to decompress. Yeah.
Absolutely, and if you're dealing with caretaking for your
Caretaker,
parents or other
exactly.
loved ones,
Mhm,
and then with children and the circus of little kids, when you're
mhm.
literally trying to keep them alive, it's
Yeah.
really hard to figure out how to carve that time out.
Mhm,
Like if you've got a 2 and a 3-year-old, the idea of taking a bath is a pipe dream, and yet, what if you could? What might that look like? And I think one thing parents stress about, of course, is how to raise their kids. And there is a balance and a dance of being able to let your partner, if you have a partner, let them take care of the kids in a different way than you might.
mhm,
Okay, so maybe they're not gonna read the book and then have the snack and then do the activity. Maybe their activity is nothing you would choose to do with the kids, whether it's roughhousing or running around outside, or it's just something different. It's okay.
mhm,
Let your partner form that relationship with the kids and build their confidence to have the kids while you're relaxing and taking a bath. And if they're coming and banging on the door, "Oh, they said this. Can I? Can I?" Just, can you ignore them? What does that look like? Can you let them know
mhm,
you hear them and you're there, but you're not, that they need to go back to the other person? And if you are a single parent, that might be another caregiver. It could be someone in your family. It could be a
Mhm.
babysitter. When I remember, and naturally I thought it was weird as heck because I was, a teenager. But a neighbor had a toddler and a newborn, and
Mhm.
she would pay me to come over and watch the kids while she took a bath. I mean,
Mm,
granted, this was in 1980 something, so it was, like $5. But like, can you find that, however many dollars it would take to have somebody come sit and keep your kids alive while you just sit in a bath and listen to music, or listen to nothing, put on noise canceling headphones, you know? And I mean, even if it's only for 10 minutes, it makes a difference, and you're
it makes
showing yourself, that lizard brain that does not use language, you're showing that you are a priority.
absolutely. And she just needed that few minutes just to take a bath to decompress, and that really helped out with looking after her children for
Mhm.
just maybe 30 minutes or, but
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
important. Mhm.
exactly. I'd be there for like 45 minutes, maybe an hour, and
Right.
I'm just like, easiest money I ever made, because I'm the second of 9 kids. So for me, I'm just like, well, there's
Oh,
only 2. Like,
yeah.
what's the big deal?
No big deal.
You know? But I would definitely interact with her kids in a different way than she would. I was a freaking
Mhm.
teenager. She was an exhausted grown woman. You
Exactly. She
know?
had this work stress, all other things going on, and you were a teenager, so you could handle those children, and she would have time to decompress and actually
Mhm.
be a better mom to them
Oh,
with that
100%.
break.
And I think it also, there's so many benefits, and I'm just gonna go on a slight tangent. Will it be slight? You never know. ADHD, holla. Um, when you're letting your children be cared for by someone else, okay,
Mhm.
whether it's a babysitter or your partner or someone in your family, or whatever, it gives them the resilience to understand that they're still alive, even though you're not in front of them.
Exactly.
Which, when they're very young, is because if they don't see it, it doesn't exist. They're like,
Mhm.
"What? Where's my parent?" Like, they're
Mhm.
supposed to always be here for me because I am their world. And I'm not saying you want to show them that they are not your world or they're not important. That's not at all what I'm saying. What I am
Mhm.
saying is that kids knowing that they can thrive and be okay in the absence of a parent, that's revolutionary, because they're
Yeah,
dependent on you for literally everything.
everything. That's a 24/7 job being a parent, and yeah, you need that time. You need that time to yourself sometimes.
100%.
Absolutely.
Well, so what other pearls do you have to share with us, Yolanda? I love the compartmentalizing. I love the
Mhm.
self-care and the
Mhm.
acknowledging that we are our own entity, apart from our roles in the home, apart from our roles at work. So I mean,
Mhm.
I would add creativity to the mix, whether
Yeah,
that's reading, journaling, writing stories of, I don't know, whatever.
or connecting with others in other ways.
Yes.
It's
Yes.
always yeah, you can find like a village of people who are actually going through some of the things that you're going through. It's always good to have an outlet outside of yourself.
100%, because just
Mhm.
that well-timed text, like,
Mhm.
I'm not sure I can make it to the day. Like, I'm not sure I can make it to nap time, or I can make it to lunch, or I can finish this project at work, or this thing I'm working on, or send this email to yet another annoyed person, or whatever it is that's kind of just like, great, another
Mhm.
shitstorm. Thank you, life.
Mhm.
And so to have someone that you can, have that village, have that feeling of not being alone.
Mhm. Absolutely.
And it doesn't
It's
have to be a kvetch all the time, because
mhm.
we can support each other and not build that toxic habit of just complaining,
I
right?
agree.
Yeah, it's understanding that you have someone who's got you and who understands where you are, but you don't want to condition it to just be, I just complain all the time, because that just tells your subconscious that you like to have things not go well. What?
Right.
No.
Right. You're right. You're programming yourself to think that it's gonna be negative all the time. Yeah.
100%,
Absolutely.
and that's what we
Mhm.
expect.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Gems. Thank you, Yolanda Williams, here
Thank
with
you so
me,
much.
Melissa Trumble. Yes. And so if you do have any questions, please, please, please reach out to me, reach out to Yolanda. Let us elaborate if you have any questions about what we're talking about, or maybe even have a chat and give you some more suggestions.
All right. Thank
Cheers.
you.
It is ending.